Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there, then wondered if this is just the beginning of something much worse? Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table staring at a grocery list you wrote just minutes ago, but the words seem foreign somehow. Your hand trembles slightly as you realize you can't remember writing half of these items. Millions of people over 60 experience this quiet terror every single day, that creeping fear that their mind is slipping away piece by piece. But here's what no one wants to tell you about aging and memory loss. Much of what we've accepted as inevitable decline might actually be something we're doing to ourselves every time we sit down to eat. What if I told you that three common vegetables sitting in your refrigerator right now could be slowly damaging your brain, while three others have the power to protect and even restore your memory in ways that will surprise you? In the next few minutes, you're going to discover the hidden connection between what's on your plate and what's happening in your mind, and why making just a few simple changes could be the difference between sharp thinking and devastating decline. Number 1. The silent transformation. Happening inside your brain. Margaret thought it was just stress when she started forgetting her neighbor's name after 20 years of friendship. What she didn't know was that inside her brain, a quiet battle was already underway. Every single day after we turn 60, our brain's natural armor begins to weaken. The protective shields that once fought off harmful substances start to crack, leaving our most precious memories vulnerable to attack. Think of your brain as a fortress that has defended your thoughts, your personality, and your very sense of self for decades. But now, invisible enemies called free radicals are slipping through the gates, causing inflammation and damage that shows up as those terrifying moments when you can't remember where you put your keys or why you walked into the grocery store. This isn't just aging, this is your brain crying out for help. Here's what's really happening. The chemicals that help you remember, think clearly, and stay sharp are slowly disappearing. Your brain is desperately trying to produce enough acetylcholine, the memory chemical, but it needs the right fuel to do its job. Without proper nutrition, every day becomes a little hazier than the last. But here's the remarkable truth that changes everything. Maria, a 67-year-old grandmother from Ohio, discovered that her forgetfulness wasn't permanent. After years of feeling like she was losing herself, she made one simple change to what she ate every day. Within weeks, she was remembering her grandchildren's stories, following conversations without getting lost, and feeling like herself again. Her brain hadn't given up on her. It was just hungry for the right kind of help. Your brain is still fighting for you right now, even as you watch this video. The question is, are you going to give it the weapons it needs to win this battle, or will you unknowingly feed the enemy instead? Number 2, the hidden enemies on your dinner plate. You reach for that crisp iceberg lettuce at the store thinking you're making a healthy choice. But what if I told you that this innocent-looking vegetable might be stealing space from foods that could actually save your memory? Every bite of iceberg lettuce is a missed opportunity for your brain to get the powerful nutrients it desperately needs to stay strong and clear. Picture this. Your plate has limited space, just like your stomach has limited capacity. When you fill it with iceberg lettuce, you're essentially giving your brain empty calories disguised as health food. Studies show that people over 60 who regularly eat these nutrient-poor vegetables actually perform worse on memory tests than those who choose more powerful alternatives. It's like bringing a water gun to a war zone when your brain needs heavy artillery. But the real danger lurks in something even more sinister. Those beautiful, perfectly green vegetables at the supermarket might be hiding a toxic secret. Many are grown with chemical fertilizers that create artificial nitrates, compounds that can actually restrict blood flow to your brain. Harvard researchers discovered that people consuming these chemicals faced a 23% higher risk of rapid mental decline. Think about that. Presque un quart de chance en plus de perdre vos précieux souvenirs, tout simplement parce que votre nourriture a été cultivée de manière différente. Then there are the nightshades. Tomatoes, eggplants, bell peppers. Foods you've eaten your whole life without a second thought. But after 60, your body changes, and these vegetables can become traitors. They contain solanine, a compound that can trigger inflammation in your brain. 17% of older adults showed remarkable cognitive improvement just by removing these foods from their daily meals. John, a 74-year-old retired teacher, couldn't believe that his evening tomatoes might be clouding his morning thoughts. The cruel irony? These foods masquerade as healthy choices while quietly undermining the very organ that makes you who you are. But now that you know their true nature, you can start making different choices. Number 3. Les légumes. Miracle qui reconstruisent moins votre esprit. Sarah's médecin lui a dit que son oubli croissant faisait partie du vieillissement. But when she started adding dark, leafy greens to every meal, something extraordinary happened. Within 3 months, she was remembering phone numbers again, following complex recipes, and feeling mentally sharper than she had in years. Her brain had found its fountain of youth in the produce section. Spinach, kale, arugula, watercress. These aren't just vegetables. They're brain medicine disguised as food. Each dark green leaf is packed with lutéine, folate et vitamine K, nutriments qui aident littéralement votre cerveau à créer de nouvelles cellules et des connexions plus solides. Imagine tiny construction workers inside your head, building bridges between your memories and strengthening the pathways that help you think clearly. That's exactly what happens when you eat these powerful greens every single day. University of Illinois researchers followed older adults for years and discovered something that should be front-page news everywhere. People who ate leafy greens daily had brains that functioned as if they were 11 years younger. 11 years. Think about who you were 11 years ago, how sharp and quick your mind felt. That person is still inside you, waiting for the right nutrition to emerge again. But here's where the story gets even more incredible. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane that acts like a master key, unlocking your brain's natural ability to clean itself and reduce inflammation. It's as if broccoli sends in a specialized cleaning crew that removes the toxic buildup that's been clouding your thoughts. Studies show that people who eat cruciferous vegetables regularly maintain larger, healthier brain regions, especially the hippocampus where your precious memories live. And then there are beets, nature's brain booster. These ruby red roots contain natural nitrates that transform into nitric oxide inside your body, opening up blood vessels and flooding your brain with fresh, oxygen-rich blood. Wake Forest University found that people drinking beet juice showed improved brain function in just 6 weeks. 6 weeks to potentially reclaim years of mental clarity. Your brain is hungry for these foods right now, and every meal is a chance to feed it exactly what it needs to thrive again. Number 4. Real people. Real transformations. Carlos sat in his doctor's office, worried that his memory problems meant the beginning of the end. À 72 ans, il oubliait des rendez-vous, perdait son portefeuille quotidiennement et avait du mal à suivre les conversations. Sa famille commençait à murmurer sur les maisons de retraite. But Carlos decided to fight back with the most powerful weapon available: food. He threw out every head of iceberg lettuce in his refrigerator and replaced them with spinach and kale. He started eating broccoli 3 times a week, prepared simply with olive oil and garlic. He discovered that beets could be roasted until sweet and tender, or grated fresh into colorful salads. These weren't dramatic changes. They were simple substitutions that any person could make. 2 months later, Carlos walked back into that same doctor's office, but he was a different man. He remembered every medication he was taking, recalled his grandchildren's recent accomplishments in detail, and hadn't misplaced his keys once in 3 weeks. His family stopped their worried conversations. Carlos had proven that even at 72, his brain was still capable of remarkable recovery. This transformation reveals one of the most hopeful truths about aging. Your brain never stops trying to heal itself. Scientists call it neuroplasticity, but you can think of it as your mind's incredible ability to rebuild and rewire itself at any age. Every new brain cell that forms, every connection that strengthens, every pathway that clears is proof that you're not destined to fade away. The brain you have right now, regardless of your age, is still growing, still changing, still capable of surprise. It's been waiting patiently for you to give it the tools it needs. Carlos a trouvé ses outils dans la section des produits frais de son supermarché local, et ils ont tout changé. Votre transformation pourrait être tout aussi remarquable, et elle pourrait commencer avec votre prochain repas. Number 5. Votre guide étape par étape pour des changements qui préservent le cerveau. À partir de demain matin, votre chemin vers un esprit plus vif commence par un simple échange. Walk to your refrigerator and look at that head of iceberg lettuce. Pick it up, thank it for its service, and replace it with a bunch of fresh spinach or kale. This isn't about perfection. This is about progress, one leaf at a time. Begin each day by adding a handful of spinach to your morning smoothie. You won't taste it, but your brain will feel it. The deep green color that might have seemed bitter before will become the color of hope, the shade of mental clarity returning to your life. Si les smoothies ne sont pas votre style, superposez ces verts foncés sur votre sandwich au lieu de cette laitue pâle et sans vie qui ne donne rien à votre cerveau. 3 fois par semaine, faites du brocoli la vedette de votre assiette de dîner. Faites-le cuire à la vapeur jusqu'à ce qu'il soit vert vif et tendre. Faites-le rôtir avec une goutte d'huile d'olive jusqu'à ce que les bords soient non croustillants. Ou ajoutez-le aux soupes et aux ragoûts. Think of each floret as a tiny tree growing stronger connections in your mind. Cauliflower and cabbage are equally powerful allies in this fight for your mental future. Beets might seem intimidating, but they're surprisingly simple to include. Start with just half a cup of beet juice each day, mixed with apple juice if the earthy taste is too strong. Or try roasted beets, sweet and tender, adding them to salads for a burst of color and brain power. Even pickled beets from a jar can provide benefits, though fresh is always better. Now comes the detective work. If you regularly eat tomatoes, eggplant, or bell peppers, try removing them completely for 2 weeks. Keep a simple journal of how you feel, how clearly you think, how well you remember. Then slowly add them back, one at a time, and notice any changes. Your body will tell you if these foods are friends or foes to your brain. When your budget allows, choose organic versions of the vegetables you eat most often. This simple choice helps you avoid the artificial chemicals that could be working against everything you're trying to achieve. Number 6. The choice that changes everything. Right now, at this very moment, you have a choice to make. You can close this video and continue eating the same foods that brought you here, worried about your memory and wondering if your sharpest days are behind you. Or you can decide that today is the day you start fighting back. Which change speaks to you most strongly? Maybe it's the thought of adding those powerful dark greens to every meal, knowing that each bite is feeding your brain the nutrients it craves. Perhaps it's the idea of discovering new ways to prepare broccoli, transforming this simple vegetable into your brain's best friend. Or maybe it's experimenting with beets, finding creative ways to include their brain-boosting power in your daily routine. The beauty of this journey is that you don't have to be perfect. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start with one change, master it, celebrate it, and then add another. Your brain will notice and reward every positive step you take. I want you to do something right now. Think about one specific change you're going to make this week. Picture yourself at the grocery store, walking past that iceberg lettuce and choosing spinach instead. Imagine the satisfaction of preparing a delicious broccoli dish, knowing you're actively protecting your most precious memories. Visualise boire ce premier verre de jus de betterave, se sentir fier de prendre le contrôle de son avenir mental. Partagez votre engagement dans les commentaires ci-dessous. Tell us which change you're going to make first and why it matters to you. When you publicly commit to something, you're much more likely to follow through. Plus votre histoire pourrait inspirer quelqu'un d'autre qui lutte avec les mêmes préoccupations que vous. Your brain has been waiting patiently for this moment. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Number 7. The power to rewrite your future. Every single morning when you wake up, you make dozens of decisions about what to eat. Most of these choices feel automatic, insignificant, routine. But here's the profound truth that changes everything. Each of these small decisions is actually shaping the brain you'll have in a tomorrow, next month, and next year. Think about the extraordinary power you hold in your hands. With something as simple as choosing spinach over iceberg lettuce, you're not just feeding your body, you're actively deciding whether your memories will fade or flourish. You're choosing whether your golden years will be clouded by confusion or brightened by mental clarity. You're determining whether you'll be the person who remembers every grandchild's birthday or the one who struggles to recall their names. This is nutritional medicine at its most beautiful and most accessible. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated procedures. You don't need to wait for medical breakthroughs or miracle drugs. The tools to protect your brain, to preserve your memories, to maintain your very sense of self are waiting for you in the produce section of any grocery store. When you choose brain-healthy foods, you're not just preventing decline. You're preserving everything that makes you uniquely you. Your memories of first kisses and wedding days, your ability to share stories that make your family laugh, your capacity to learn new things and stay curious about the world. You're protecting your relationships, your independence, and your dignity. Yes, aging is inevitable. Your body will change, your hair will gray, and time will leave its marks. But how your brain ages, how sharp your mind remains, how clearly you think in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, that's largely up to you. That power rests in the choices you make 3 times a day, every single day. The most beautiful part of this journey is that it's never too late to start. Whether you're 62 or 82, your brain is still capable of healing, growing, and surprising you with its resilience. Every brain-healthy meal is a gift to your future self, a promise that the person you are today will still be vibrantly present in the years to come. Your brain has served you faithfully for decades. Now it's time to serve it in return. Tonight, as you prepare your next meal, remember that you're not just feeding your body. You're making a choice about the person you'll be tomorrow, next month, and in the years ahead. Every dark green leaf, every floret of broccoli, every vibrant beet is a small act of love toward your future self. The truth we've shared today isn't just about vegetables, it's about reclaiming control over something precious that many people believe is lost forever. A sharp, clear mind that holds onto every treasured memory. You've learned that forgetfulness doesn't have to be your destiny, that the brain you have right now, regardless of your age, is still capable of healing, growing, and surprising you. Think about Maria and Carlos. They didn't accept decline as inevitable. They picked up their forks and fought back, one meal at a time. Their stories prove that you have more power than you might have imagined. Your grocery list isn't just a list, it's a prescription for mental vitality. The beautiful reality is that these changes don't require perfection or dramatic life overhauls. They ask only for small, consistent choices that honor the mind that has carried you through decades of life's joys and challenges. You have the wisdom to know what matters most. Now you have the knowledge to protect it. Which of these discoveries touched you most deeply today? Was it learning that your brain can still build new connections? Or perhaps realizing that some foods you thought were healthy might be working against you? Whatever resonated, trust that feeling. It's pointing you toward your first step. Si ce message vous a apporté espoir ou clarté, veuillez le partager avec quelqu'un qui a besoin d'entendre ça aussi. Laissez un commentaire sur le changement que vous êtes prêt à faire. Your journey might inspire another person who's wondering if it's too late to start caring for their mind. Remember, every sunrise brings new opportunities to nourish not just your body, but the essence of who you are. Your memories, your stories, your irreplaceable self deserve that kind of care. I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue exploring the simple, powerful ways you can thrive in every season of life.